lot of people talk about getting steps into their day. I have to get steps. People have wristbands that monitor their steps and their activity. How many steps do you think we should be aiming for? And again, ways to kind of get those steps in where we might not even think about.
I think, you know, it's interesting you say that, because there's this kind of, I don't know if it's this sexy thing on the internet that you're supposed to get 10,000 steps in a day.
Right,
you know, that's the number
right.
that's thrown out there. I think traditionally and historically it's something that came out in Japan. I want to say in the 60s.
Okay.
If you look at somebody who actually follows like the CDC's guideline of like exercising 30 minutes a day, those people typically get in 7,500 steps, which is a good amount. So, you know, I don't know if I'm not going to say, hey, you know what, you got to do 10,000, because that's a lot. But doing, you know, trying to get as much as you can, I think that's really what you got to do. And again, since we're talking about walking to work, this is an excellent way you can do that. I mean, one other thing I would add is, if, you know, not necessarily if you can't walk to work, but what you can do is if you're driving to work, you can park in the far corner of the parking lot and walk.
Right.
Or if you have got a parking garage, you can park at the top and walk up and down the stairs. It's an easy way to get exercise in.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. And maybe if we do step it up a notch from, say, taking a walk to work or trying to get those steps in around the neighborhood a little bit, if we do want to step things up a notch, how can we also kind of gauge, even if our own breathing, you know, if we are really kind of pushing it, or if we're kind of just taking it easy, or, you know, getting a little bit of moderate activity in?
I think the interesting thing about that is it's not necessarily the speed that you're walking, but it's actually the effort of walking in itself. So
right.
the amount of calories that you burn is probably more related to the distance that you walk and your weight and the time rather than the speed. So yes, for sure, you'll burn more calories if you walk faster, farther, because you'll get more exercise in during that time. I mean, that makes sense. But it shouldn't be something that holds you up from trying it if you want to exercise.
Okay.